everything right now, even though you're the tip of the spear, right? You've got all these guys behind you who are continuing to climb the ladder while we're, nudging you with our shoulder to keep going, right? One of the biggest things that's most important to keep in context is humans in general take about 8,000 working hours to refine a skill, a trade, a craft, right? So if you draw the parallel, there's a lot of discussion about, is college important, right? Should I learn a trade? Should I go to trade school? Should I be an electrician? Should I be a plumber? Well, how long does it take to do those things? Look, man, we've had this stuff figured out for hundreds of years. It takes about 4 years, 2,080 hours a week to be an apprentice, right? An apprenticeship program, most of those are structured as 4-year programs. They're structured in that way at 2,080 hours a year, 40 hours a week, 52 weeks a year, because it takes about 8,000 hours to refine that skill set and be really good at it. Now, that doesn't mean that you can do the same 8-hour day 1,000 times. That's not going to get you anywhere, right? You're just still going to be pushing the broom, not understanding how to really clean the dirt, right?
Yeah.
Or even where the broom came from,
Yeah.
right? You just show up. If you show up and there's no broom, what do you do then? Well, I don't know. I've been pushing a broom for 8,000 hours. If you're doing new things, pushing the envelope with each passing day, you're gonna invest about 8,000 hours to perfect a trade, craft, or skill. For guys like us who are putting in 10, 12, 14, 16 hours a day, 4, 5, 6 days a week, it's not going to take you a full calendar year to add up those 2,000 hours, right? You might compress that schedule into a 6, 8, 9-month window. The takeaway here is during that first 2,000 hours, however many weeks or months that takes you, you don't even know what you don't know. You're so clueless about your presumptions of what you think you're about to do is that you don't know to duck for the low branches. You don't know to step over the hurdles. You don't know not to step on those shiny things. Those are broken glass and you're barefooted, right? Like, that's going to hurt. You don't know any of that stuff. You don't know how to figure it out. You don't know how to solve problems within that sphere. When you get into year 2, after all the bumps and bruises and cut feet, you get into year 2 and you look behind you in that 2,000 to 4,000 hour window, and you're pretty beat up, and you start to feel like maybe this wasn't the right move. Maybe what I'm doing wasn't the best idea. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. That's when people quit. The second year, that 2,000 to 4,000 hour window, is when you feel like you've gotten your teeth kicked in. Dude, you've paid 40, 60, 70% of the pain in that moment. You've hit your head on all the low branches. During that 2,000 to 4,000 hours, you're now ducking, right? You're not getting those bumps and bruises. You know there's a branch 5 steps into this section of the woods, right? Like, you are starting to refine your process. You know when to duck. You know to wear your shoes in this section and not step on the broken glass, right? During that second year of apprenticeship. That's the most painful year. By the time you get to the end of your second year, you've gone through 60, 70, 80% of the pain. If you've challenged yourself to grow and learn new things during those first 4,000 hours. During the 4,000 to 6,000 hour range is when it really starts to get fun. That's when you start to hit your stride, man. You start to really feel like, okay, this feels like it was a pretty good shot.